welcome back to SFeatleyTV. I hope we're all doing well in this fine evening. And it's another episode of the Arsenal Gossip column. There will be also one on Sunday just to help fill in the gap as well, because obviously there's no games going on. So I've got Jez Collins. People might recognise him from Lee Gunner's channel, but Arsenal fan, as you can see, since 1967. How you doing, my friend?
Yeah, very good, man. And thanks for inviting me on. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you on, honestly. Marley, how are you doing, my friend, my bro?
I'm okay, mate. I'm okay. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm over the result already. So I'll get over the results very quickly now. So yeah.
Got it. Yeah, you have to, right?
Yeah, you have to, otherwise
Yeah.
it just gets
Yeah.
depressing. You know what I mean? Big up Matt as well, big up the man crew. And yeah, so obviously we'll get straight into it, because obviously last Sunday we had should we say the snooze fest, shall we say? I think we could have stuck that on and fell asleep. I was actually trying to fall asleep in the first half of the watch along. But yeah, I'll come to you first, Jez, because obviously Molly was on the player rating show. What did you make of that Burnley game, and sort of the question with Arteta and how he set up for that game?
Oh dear, where do we go? Yeah, very poor. But let's get it right. We're getting used to this poor setup from Arteta. The guy's clueless. I've said it from day one. Sorry. Yeah, let's put it in perspective, Steve. Is the fact that when he came into the club as a player, he was bang average. He was a 10 to 11 signing on the last day of transfer day from Everton. He was a poor player. Well, he's an average player. He never played for his country, and yet we've employed this guy as a manager of one of the biggest clubs.
I like that.
And let's get it right. We are one of the biggest clubs in Europe. Our history shows the fact of our strengths. And the man has no managerial ability. All this guy does is anger people. His tactics are worse than probably the four of ours here. Let's get it right. Yeah. He does not know how to mix it up after 20 minutes. Any top manager, and that's any manager in the Premier League, can work out his tactics within a week. Because I'll tell you for why. They replay probably the 3 games that Arsenal play before we play them, like Wolves. We've got Wolves next away, yeah? That Wolves manager will be watching Liverpool game, Burnley game, Notts Forest game. And he will see the same tactic from Arteta. We cannot pass in midfield, central midfield. We always have to go down the wing. So all the manager has to do, the opposing manager, is push him out. Yeah, push him out, shut him down. We saw it classic on Sunday. Tierney goes down the wing, overlaps Martinelli, tries to cross the ball in the box. They're defending deep with about 8 players. Nothing happens. So we go down the right wing with Ben White. Yeah, Ben White doesn't really get forward that much. But actually, let's be honest.
Does he actually do anything?
He's a centre back. In reality, he's not a right back. He's a centre back. Yeah, so he's not used to overlapping. To be fair, so he's going down. He then passes it. Yeah, nobody in the box because there are people in the box, but they're so overwhelmed by their defence, and we haven't got a good enough in that game central midfielder that can break it down. Yeah, so what do? As a manager, what do? You mix it up. Now, we're going to come on to several points that I will make later in the show. But when you have a manager that cannot see what is going wrong, you're in deep trouble. Now, this guy, Arteta, is so arrogant, and he's proven his arrogancy by his upset, outlawed so many players. Yeah? Aubameyang currently sat at home when the rest of the team have gone to Dubai. He's at home. Yeah? We're paying that bloke £350,000 a week. He's sat at home, cleaning his Lamborghinis.
Isn't he recovering, Jez? Isn't he recovering from the heart thing, though?
No, he's given the all clear on the lesions.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
It's apparently nothing to worry. Apparently, the report is medical report, nothing to worry about.
Okay.
So we have this, a top paid player, sat at home. Arteta's outlawed him because of his ill discipline. Now, I'll bring you a point here. We can probably talk about this amongst the four of us. Arteta is a very arrogant person, yeah? So it's quite easy for him to upset players. We us here, all four of us, we're all different people, yeah? And we need to be managed in our football team in a different way. You cannot manage every player the same way because you're going to piss somebody off. And he has done that to Gendouzi, didn't rate Saliba, yeah? He got rid of Ozil, probably rightly, but he probably upset Ozil. But Ozil was basically putting his boots up. And a common thing here, people, let's work this one out. Arteta comes in, yeah? Ozil, massive wage. Arteta comes in. Aubameyang, massive wage. Where's the commonality there? What's that say to you? Is that we're trying to keep these people when they don't want to be here? Because at the moment we desperately need Aubameyang. We have no strike force. We have a rubbish midfield. And I'll leave it there for you guys to come in.
Okay. Well, Marley, I'll let you. Before I let you comment on that, let me just go through some of the. By the way, if anyone does put questions in, we will get time to answer them. Even if we have to go all the way back, we will get time to answer. Don't worry. So if I do skip your comment and I do skip your question, please do not think I'm taking that offense to you. I'm just trying to get through the show and get to the main points first, and then we'll get to the questions towards the end. Big up Adam and Rich Sports as well. Jonathan Johnson in the chat. Oh, big up to you, mate. The fact you're giving Arteta a new contract run shows how serious the board are about ruining your club. That's a good point.
Great comment.
I'm really glad to hear Aubameyang's all better now. That's absolutely. I mean, Marley, I'll come to you. And by the way, everyone keep pumping the likes up. We really do appreciate it. But Marley, so yeah, how do you respond to the points that Jez has made there?
I'm gonna try to
being the more positive one.
No, yeah, I'm gonna try not to play devil's advocate too much today because I feel like that would make it too long of a show. But I hear him, right? Like everything he says makes sense. It's true. Like it's very repetitive. It's you can see that like the fact that the players that work out the best with Arteta are either unknown players or really young players. You can see that he needs them to be like pretty much his robots, right? Like his minions. They need to do exactly what he says, and it's not even anything genius. I think mostly the thing about Aubameyang, I agree with you, but we should say that we need the Aubameyang of like 20 months ago, not the Aubameyang that was playing in the beginning of the season, right? Because he was just as crappy as Lacazette or Nketiah. The thing with Arteta, mate, I said this multiple times, right? Because I try to challenge Steven a lot of people think I'm Arteta in, which is not the case. I want a better manager at Arsenal. I probably don't see him as being as crappy as a lot of people make him. Uh, Probably what you make him as well. I don't think like any manager would do a better job, right? So I'd want him gone for a good project that's gonna have an immediate impact, and it's gonna be better in the long term as well. That's why like I know like on like I'm all the way in Brazil. Like I can make very little difference when it comes to protesting and all of that. So not to go insane, I sort of have to accept the realities of Arsenal and sort of hope for the best, But I don't disagree with anything he said. It's Arteta doesn't really seem to have a plan B. Like if his system doesn't work, it doesn't work. We do have a midfield that's very subpar, and we don't have a goal scorer. That performance, I've said this before. It was a snore fest for sure. I've seen much worse performances. I think it was like the last pass and the finishing was horrific, like just horrific. So that was like that looked like a 1-0 victory, but we just didn't have the shooting, like we didn't have the finishing. Lacazette should have scored probably over a goal in that game. So yeah, that's that.
I think, Marley, I remember saying to you that I said in a watch along, as soon as Lacazette missed that chance,
Yeah,
one of
he
those
did.
games. I think if you remember 03-04 Fulham, for example, where you dominated the game at home, we'd had it off the post, off the bar, off the line, about 3-4 times.
Yeah,
No matter what happens, you weren't going to score. And in that instance, well, as soon as he missed that, I was like, we ain't going to score. No way.
it
It's
felt
not
that
going to
way.
happen.
Yeah.
And it didn't. So, and obviously that's detriment to the sort of striking deficiencies we've got. And Lacazette, he's great, but he's not brilliant or any really good. So,
Lacazette's not a
um,
striker anymore. Like
he's
he needs to learn that.
no, I think he isn't. But
If he calls himself a number 10,
yeah.
he's gonna be like better rated
Well,
because he's not like he can't
what I
finish anymore.
well, the only thing I say is, and what I say to it is, when I say with Arteta, and I've said this before, he can't get the best out of a half strength side, and I think the reason why is because he's so arrogant, because he wants to play the same way every game. He's saying, I'm playing this way, whether it like it or not. Right? I'm playing the same way. It doesn't suit the strengths of what you've got currently in the squad. So
True.
if you haven't got currently in the squad the strengths to be able to play that way, then you're not going to be able to perform. Say, for example, if half of Chelsea's squad is out, what Tuchel will do, instead of playing the way he does play, he'll say, "Okay, we ain't got the players to take on this side. We're gonna sit back, right, and then counter, because we've got pacey wingers on the wings, and we can quickly counter." They'd adjust the strategy, and very rarely do you see Arteta with half a strength side decide we're gonna park the bus, or for example, or we're gonna hold back and we're gonna counter or do something different. It's always I'm playing this way, and that's the end of it. And if we lose, we lose. If we win, we win. And it doesn't seem to be a plan B. Plus, the if it comes to subs, the subs are practically the same every game. So the manager can also read what he's going to make in terms of tactical substitutions, which is mostly the time man for man.
Mm.
So yeah. I mean, Luca, what do you say with the Burnley result and the points been made so far?
To be honest, right, I think, in my opinion, Stephen, right, I think the Burnley game, right, I just feel that I was just disappointed with the game because, like, I look at the lineup and yes, we didn't have much to do because obviously we had so many midfielders that were suspensions and also having Cup of Nations and COVID, but the performance was just too flat. And fair play to Burnley, we said it on the watch along on Sunday. I said Burnley went there and they went too defensive. They had that one chance when Aaron Ramsdale made that great save. And what really worries me is that we've put ourselves into this mess now. And like, if we would have won the weekend, we would have gone into the top 4. And not only that, this manager now, whether you like it or not, if people saying they're Arteta in or Arteta out, that's fine by them. But I'm Mikel Arteta out, mate, because at the end of the day, this manager has put ourselves into a bit of a mess, right?
Mm.
But our fan base, right, just want to actually accept saying he's the right man for the job, or he's not, because he needs to prove us wrong. I want Arsenal Football Club to succeed. I want Arsenal Football Club to achieve and start becoming that club again. But at the end of the day, right, we've got no midfield, right? The Cronkies, the board, Edu, Vinay, whether Arteta's got his players going all the way to Dubai. Why has he got his players going to Dubai? Just because obviously he wants the players to go have a 40-degree tan. Well, I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, right, we need a midfielder. We need a striker. Yeah?
I think you mean that like Arteta needs to be here sorting out the
He
transfer deals
does.
before
He's in
going
USA
out.
watching Stan Kroenke's flipping Calando Rapper just because LA Rams won their NFL game the other day. So at the end of the day, Vlahovic, right? Okay, it's understandable he was not going to come anyway, but at least we've actually tried to put
We're
some
gonna move
effort
on
into
to that.
it.
We're gonna move on to that in a minute, and like because obviously we will cover transfers a bit as
Yeah,
well. But obviously in terms of the Burnley result, and it feels like Arsenal are just with their fixtures coming up, and I'll actually bring some of the fixtures that are coming up actually, because we make it actually quite interesting. So hang on, one
We
fixture.
no
might
worries,
play
man.
Wolves twice in a row, right?
I
Yeah,
think
we've
we
got
do.
Wolves.
I
We've got
think we do.
Wolves. We've got to play Wolves twice because
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
supposed to go to the Wolves game on the 28th of December, but it got called off due to Wolves had COVID cases. So
Yeah. So
that home match is not being arranged yet. And funny enough is we're going to have more than 2 games in hand because
okay. Yeah. So as I said, we've got Wolves. We've got Wolves next on the 10th. Then 19th we're playing Brentford. Then Watford. So our our
And
main sort
another
of
Wolves game might be squeezed in between these two, between Wolves and Brentford.
yeah. So by after the Wolves and the Brentford game, and
even
maybe
Tottenham.
after, but even after those 2 games, we basically get our midfield back, and which sort of relays into my next point. With does it feel like Arsenal are just holding out for these 2 games to be played, so then we can have our midfield back? So because to be honest, when the midfield and the whole 11's been together, there have been some
Yeah,
performances that have questioned and made us everything look that we could end up in the top 4 race. And on merit, to be honest, and to be fair, he has put us in that position.
yeah.
So he should be able to try and go and achieve it. So I mean, Jez, I'll ask you as how have you looked at when the squad's been fully fit and we've been playing these games basically before what we come into what's happening
Yeah,
in January. I'll ask you, Jez. How have you sort of
yeah.
rated Arteta's half of this first half of the season? Um,
How do I rate him?
yeah,
Dear
try not to
God.
be too harsh.
Yes, I have static.
I'll give you the honest rating, man. Right? We're now currently sat 7th. We're out of the FA Cup in the 3rd round, 2 years on the bounce.
Yeah.
First time ever. Did you know that? First time ever in Arsenal's history. We're out of
Setting new records every week.
So we're out now of the Carrier Bag Cup. The only cup we had a chance of winning. Yeah?
Is that the Carrier Bag Cup, was it?
Yeah? Well, I call it that. But yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's a
But
lovely name. I love it.
people keep harping on about, we can get top 4. Why? We get into Europe. Yeah? Get in the Champions League. With this team, we would have our asses piped. Right?
Oh, Jesus,
We wouldn't even get out of the group stage with this team. And let's get it right. It's his team. Right? All right, Martinelli, ESR, Xhaka come from Hale End. Yeah, he didn't want to play Martinelli, but he had to because of Aubameyang. Yeah, he was forced into that move. He doesn't play Pepe. Yeah, now I rate Pepe personally. Okay, but he doesn't play him. £72 million player doesn't play him. Now this shows the arrogance, and I'm going to say it because Static asked me to say it. This prick, yeah, is the cancer in this club. Yeah, let's get it right. He has no managerial experience. He has no tactical knowledge. And all the time we are with this man, and it's not personal. I don't know him. I've never met him. Seen him play. I don't know him. But this guy is going to lead this club nowhere. So for all the Arteta sexuals out there, oh, we can get fourth, we get fourth, get fourth. Yeah, great. And embarrass ourselves against Bayern Munich, PSG, Real Madrid, a poor Barcelona. Barcelona are a poor team.
Yeah.
But they would kick our ass. Juve just bought a player we were in for. How did they buy him? Because he didn't want to come to us. He didn't want to come to Arsenal. We offered him 160 grand a week. Yeah, he's got a Juve for less. So what's that tell you? He doesn't want to come to Arsenal because he wants Champions League football. He wants to win things, and he doesn't want to play for a fake, fraudulent, idiot manager. I say it as I see it. Yeah, I've been around this club for too long. Yeah, I've seen it when we had Bertie Mee, who did some of the greatest things at Arsenal. 69-70, won our first European trophy. 70-71, privileged to be at that cup final. Yeah, won the first double.
Oh, wow.
But then it all went wrong. Yeah, but that wasn't his fault. That was because the team was getting old. But they still played for the badge. They still turned up. They still fought. And we nearly got relegated 72-73. Yeah, ended up 18th when we had 22 teams in the league in them days, Division 1. Yeah, terrible season. But he had to go, and he was gone. Terry Neal comes in.
See, that's why I love bringing sort of fans like yourself, Jason, because you know the history, you've experienced the history of the club. I'm trying to get back also an historical Gunners show, where we go through the history of Arsenal Football Club from its beginnings to where it was now. We've done one episode, and so I want to bring it back at some point. And hopefully, we could probably get you on at some point for that one. But what I do love is you bring the history through it. Yeah, I mean, you bring the history through, absolutely, and it speaks of success and not what we're seeing right now.
No, I mean the fact of the matter is, look, I've seen the great days of Arsenal. You know, we can all talk about that. We all know about it. We know all the hype and everything. But let's get it right. Arsenal have been like it all my life. They are slow to correct the problems. It's always been the same. With management, I'm talking about. Now, we were sold a dream. They knocked down Highbury to sell us the dream of competing in Europe. We got the European Cup final, yeah? And we've gone through Europe, bouncing along the waves like a rocky boat, yeah? Never achieved sod all. Arsenal Football Club let's put it in context, shall we? I could really lose it here, but I'm not going to. Arteta has been invited out to sit with the Cronkies and have a chat, right? Are they sitting there is Josh Cronkies sitting there and saying to Arteta, right, Mikel, what the fuck is going on? We sat 7th, you finished 8th, yeah? You got us out the FA Cup in the 3rd round last year, yeah? 4th round of the League Cup last year. We're out the 3rd round this year. You're now sat 7th. You've pissed off Aubameyang. You've got rid of Guendouzi. You put Saliba out. Yeah? All right, you've got rid of some rubbish. You got rid of Ozil. You've got rid of Mustafi. You got rid of Bellerin. You got rid of Kolasinac. Good. Well done. Thank you very much. What is your plan to move forward, my friend? Because right now, we are looking at a club that's going to finish up between 10th and 7th at this point in time. We have no midfield of any structure at the moment. You bring on Partey 12 hours after he's flown back from Cameroon, stick him on, he gets sent off. Nice work. Well done. Tell me any other manager in the Premier League that would do that. If I was manager, I'd say to him, mate, take 3 days off, come back to training in 3 days. You had a tough time. No, not Arteta, the arrogant little person he is. Sticks him on, knackered, tired, probably very fed up of being pulled into the squad anyway, and he gets sent off. And then we all know, next 2 games, we'll have Xhaka back.
Oh, God.
The most disrespectful player I've ever seen at this football club. Disrespects the fans.
If you wanna go in all on Xhaka, you can go in all in, because I don't give
I'm sorry,
give a
that
rat's
guy
ass
is
about
an
it.
absolute whatever. But
You can say it on here, man. It's already
he
been
should
said on
never,
here, trust me.
ever have the captain's badge. And I'll come back to that one on another one. But when Arteta now is out with the Cronkies, are they actually going to say to him, so what's your game plan, mate? How are you going to take this club forward? What are you going to do? No, there won't be. They'll be sat there eating their big buffalo steaks and having a great time and nice and everything. Yeah? Because they're not football people. They don't understand the passion. They don't understand the community of football. Yeah? American football, as in American football, yeah, is a different game. It's a totally different thing. I've been to
That's why we
America.
had the whole problem with the Super League.
And all the fans mix and match. Yeah? You can have the Dallas Cowboys sat with the Chicago Bears, whatever. You know, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's all good banter. You're going to have that Arsenal Tottenham, are you? You're going to have that?
No.
I've been to like 30 Arsenal Tottenham games home and away. Yeah, I've seen the bad times. I've seen the days when it all went horrible wrong. And I've had bricks thrown at me, bottles thrown at me walking down the Seven Sisters. Yeah,
Jesus
I went
Christ.
it in the mouth. I've got a scar there that I got on 1978 Christmas Eve when we beat Arsenal. Sorry, beat Tottenham at fucking White Hart Lane. Yeah, I got a brick in the face. So I've seen all this shit. I've been down there. I know a lot about fucking Arsenal. Yeah, and I will not take it from all these little pricks that sit out there and think they can tell me about fucking Arsenal and this great manager we've got who's an absolute fucking arse.
Mate.
And
Absolutely, mate.
I'll leave it there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Marley, obviously, being from Brazil, he knows Tottenham are our biggest rivals, but because Tottenham's not big in Brazil,
They're not big anywhere.
Yeah, they're not big anywhere. So like he doesn't sort of probably maybe just get the amount of how much we hate them. Like,
No, I get the hatred. I just refuse to acknowledge them. You know.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, I mean, it makes it's for me. It's that I would be surprised if they were just holding out to try and get Xhaka and Partey back in this team. And no doubt, if Xhaka came back, he's going straight in the team.
Straight up.
He's the first player, even before Partey gets named on the team sheet. And that for me, and I've said it for ages, that just shows me the mentality of this football club. Right? If you're willing to stick a player who's done what he's done to this club back in the side every time he's done something wrong, right? Then no wonder like you're gonna get mistreatment from him all the time. And like, I mean, I don't think not even you, Marley, have anything to say about like Arteta, about Xhaka, because I don't think anyone has anymore. Like, I mean, how is he still in
I've
this
said
club?
this
I don't know.
before. His mom can't defend him. Like, there's no defending Xhaka.
No,
There's no
there
defending.
isn't. Like, but like, I'll come back to some. I'll see to some of the questions in here. I mean, who is a signing that, like, if we were to get someone, who is a signing that you would want? And I'll ask each of you. I'll start with Jez first. And who would you want as a signing this January? The most important.
Who I like,
Yeah.
in reality, Madison, Bissouma,
Okay.
in reality, Grealish. Never happened. Do you know, we could have had Grealish a few years ago.
Yeah.
Arsenal, yeah, didn't want him. Didn't want to pay the money.
Yeah.
He's not doing well now, though.
Who?
Oh, he will. He'll get there eventually.
Grealish is not doing well this season. So I'm not saying he'd be a good signing. I'm just saying this season hasn't
I
worked
think
out.
he'll get there in time. He'll get his
Yeah.
chance. I think he'll get his chance.
I don't doubt it.
Marley, who would you want? Your most important signing for you?
See, because I've said very recently that I think we should be prioritizing like spending money on a striker over a midfielder right now, just because we're gonna be out of strikers very soon. But the one world class striker that was sort of obtainable this window is gone. Vlahovic. That was it. We're not gonna be getting André Silva, who's another world class striker that you would like very much. Jovic is that's a joke. That's a joke transfer if we get him. Like he scored like 10 goals in the past like 4 seasons or so. So I think Bruno Guimarães made. I'm gonna go back to Leon's Bruno Guimarães. He's an amazing midfielder. He's exactly what we need, and we just like do something about the attacking situation. I don't know, go for Jonathan David in the summer, but we gotta get someone now. I don't know who that is, mate. Maybe that kid from Basel, but then again, Fiorentina seems to be close to him. So
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Luca, who would you want? Your top, the player that you would prioritize.
From what are we about realistic or player who I really
Realistic.
wanted?
Realistic. Let's just go with realistic for now.
Oh no! Oh no! Here we go. Right, for me, I'm gonna go for. Oh, this is really difficult. Jesus Christ. I don't know, man. It's really hard to say. Like, I can't think of any midfield realistic, but striker. Diego Costa to the end of the season. There you go.
Diego Costa in this season. That's a
Or Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Or Dominic Calvert.
guys, I'm sorry, but you like it. Jez, because I've seen him in Brazil this season. Like Diego Costa would be a horrible signing right now. Like that would make no sense. It would make no sense. He wasn't even a
to be
regular
honest, right, when
starter
you
in
look
Brazil.
at that, right, to be honest, right, what Arteta actually managed to hold Diego Costa's anger. That's the problem, because when he was at Chelsea, him and Conte fell out.
No.
That's the problem, because
senior players don't work out with Arteta. So
yeah,
wanting someone over 30 makes no sense.
Yeah, pronunciation
well,
Bargav. Man, the club of City won't do what's in. Raul Jimenez is an option as a striker.
I take
Who's
it.
the most important? What's the most important, a midfield player or a striker? Right, for this window.
I mean, yeah, that's a very. We need both. We need both. I think, like football wise, right now, I think a midfielder is more important because Lacazette, who's our striker, is a much better player than Xhaka, for instance.
Yeah.
But we also need goals, and we should be looking to buy a striker now because come next season, come the summer, we're gonna have no strikers because we know Aubameyang's leaving. Nketiah's leaving. He's shit, but he's leaving, and Lacazette's leaving. So we're gonna be so desperate in chase of strikers, mate. So that
Oh,
we're
we
gonna
got
be
Balogun
screwed.
and Martinelli up front.
I get people screaming for Martinelli playing up front,
That's
but
the only way we're
I've
gonna have
seen
to do
enough
it.
to know he's better wide, and he's a great player. So I don't want
It's
to.
the
I
only
don't
way
want to
we're gonna have
switch
to
him.
play it. That's the problem.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. Ask Jez about the prices of food, drinks, especially wines. Trust me, Marley will be shocked.
What?
Yeah, prices of food, drinks, and especially wine. Static's asking the prices.
Well, I don't do any shopping. The wife does it. I do invest in wine. I do buy wine as investments, but
He doesn't drink it on this channel, of course
not that sort of stuff. This is like just everyday Shiraz, Jacobs Creek, Western Australian, quite nice. It's all right. But I'm quite fortunate in buying food because my wife works at Waitrose, so I don't ever do shopping. So
quality.
I don't know. I'll tell you what, I could not honestly tell you, in all truthfulness, what the price of a bottle of milk is because I haven't been shopping, food shopping. I go probably once a year with my wife at Christmas, before Christmas, and we pre-order all our stuff at Waitrose. She gets 15% off anyway, so I couldn't honestly tell you the price of food. That's a terrible thing to say. I know it is,
Wow.
but there it is.
Ask Luca what. You're gonna have to DM it me, because I won't know why. Let's have a look. Big up
He's
Anthony for
sacked
the
now.
donation. Oh,
Answer that guy. He shouldn't even be here now.
Arteta couldn't mate. Look, like, thanks for the donation, but he's always doing a donation, but it's always with one of these jokes, and it's like it's getting to a point that I'm just gonna have to say thanks for the donation, but I can't put it up, like I can't, because it's just like yeah. Midfield not enough creativity for attacking chances. That's a very good point. I mean, someone put up a stat about Lacazette's Harry Kane's like shots on target in January, and then Lacazette's shots in a season, and I'm like, yeah, but you do know we don't create anything, do you? So you're punishing Lacazette because Arteta doesn't set up in a way that creates chances for him, right? So, like, come on, man. Like,
It's not necessarily fair over like what you're saying about Arteta is not wrong. It's just that our strikers, when they get chances this season, they miss. Aubameyang, Lacazette. I know there's not enough chances for them, but dude, the chances they've been missing, we score them.
Right.
yeah,
Like
I mean,
they're
obviously,
like
I'm not saying that, but like, if you're gonna put stats out there, you've got to look at how the team is playing, and if our team's playing in that sort of way, where
yeah.
midfielders are more likely to get goals in that, then you can't really blame it on. You can't really have a go at a striker, right, who's not getting the chances that others are getting. Like, if he's not been able to get shots off, that means he's not getting the chances that should be created. Right? Otherwise, he'd be shooting more on target, wouldn't he?
It's you can't compare him to other players because other players are getting more chances, but
And
you
this
can
is
still
just
say
general
that they're not
shots.
good enough, right? Like
But this is just general shots, though. So it just shows how much we're not creating.
No, yeah, but Jazz, I think I think you nodded your head in agreement with me here. It's I'm not saying Arteta creates chances. I'm fully aware that he does not. But I don't know. I still feel like Aubameyang, Lacazette, like you can still say that they're doing horribly because whenever they get
Oh yeah, they're not.
chances,
Yeah,
it
of course.
looks
And
so
still,
bad.
yeah.
Yeah, we still need a striker that's going to be like taking the very few chances he gets.
Of course. So, okay, and I'm not saying that they're not being great. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is you can't solely blame them for not getting chances, and that's what most Arsenal fans seem to do. Arsenal, this is the problem. These fans that support Arteta, it's everyone else's fault. It's the players, or it's the coaching staff, or it's the owners, it's the board, it's the grass, or the wind, or the rain, or the ball, or the
Referee.
or yeah, the referee, or the post, or the bar, or the net wasn't attached properly. Yeah, the clock wasn't on the right time. Like, I don't know. It's always excuses. This guy gets more excuses than Wenger did. And look what Wenger did for the club. Like, he never got this much leeway. But how this guy gets it, I don't know. I really don't know.
Well,
But
Wenger did get leeway, Steve, didn't he? Because
he got leeway in a sense, yeah. I mean, but not compared to the level of Arteta.
the only difference with Wenger was he managed to keep Arsenal in Europe for
Yeah.
all those years. Whereas, let's get it right with Arteta. Yeah, he got us knocked out within the second year of his management. And
Yeah. Trust the process.
well, I'm very quickly going to answer Static's question. He's asked a specific question there. Right. He's asked about food prices, but it's at the Emirates. Yeah. A glass of 250ml red wine. Yeah. Crap wine, £8.60. Hamburger and chips, £16.40.
I saw that. I saw a burger with bacon. I think it was a bacon and a bit of tomato.
Absolutely. Now, it does vary where you go on the concourse. If you've got hospitality, which you can get, it's cheaper. But if you go on the different concourses, the prices are absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I saw the price of a burger and with a bit of bacon in it and some chips cost. It was like 18 quid. And I'm like, if you're paying 18 quid for that, and it's just a bun that, like, I might as well go to McDonald's, it looks better that way. Like, I would expect to be the guy in the dugout to be the most best manager you could possibly get, and the players on the pitch to be like Lionel Messi. Right? If you're paying that.
Frozen.
Yeah, he froze.
Marley's frozen.
You said a burger's $16.40, right?
Yeah.
If you convert it to the currency in Brazil, that's $120.
Really?
Yeah.
120.
That's how much it would cost me if I got a burger at the Emirates. Yeah.
Jesus. Am I back?
Yeah, you're
back. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
You need to get Luca in, mate. He's been sitting there for ages.
Yeah.
Big
Luca,
up, man. Big up, man.
Yeah,
Big up,
Luca.
Man. Sorry, it's frozen.
Yeah. So what do you make of it? Like the fact that like the prices of a burger and chips, the Emirates and like the rip-off.
Well,
that
I
it seems
did
to be,
hear
it's
something
outrageous.
about that. I did hear something about that. Someone spent burger and chips for 16 quid. Really? To be honest, right, I think if that's true, right, I think it's an absolutely joke, to be honest. Because for me, like I used to go to some of the home games and all that stuff, and to be honest, I used to always go to get food outside the ground because I never get ground inside the Emirates because to be honest, right, if you get pizza and all that stuff, it's going to cost you like 6-7 quid. It's like going to Wembley, right? You're buying a burger for 6 or 7 quid, where you can go to a normal burger for like in your local for like £3 or £4. To be honest, right, why would you spend £16 or something,
Well, you could buy
40
a
on a
Happy Meal
burger?
for £1.99.
Exactly. You could buy breakfast in the morning. You
By
can
the
go to
way, you could become a
Weatherspoons and
member
get
of what for £1.99 as well.
exactly.
Right.
You're spending £16, £16, £16, right, on a burger. It's an absolutely joke. Why would you want to do that?
What they're
Well,
doing
You
is
can probably get a Michelin star meal in Brazil for that
what
money.
they're doing
Can
is what they've done is they've done it. Basically, what they're
I
doing is
sometimes go to Mr. Chuck's and I eat
Luca.
over
What they
there
no, but what they're
sometimes, or the
doing,
Arsenal
yeah.
Cafe?
But what they're doing, Luca, is what I've noticed is I haven't been since the pandemic has been lifted, but they've raised the prices from what I've heard since the pandemic's been like lifted
Yeah,
and we could go to stadiums. So basically, what they're doing is recouping all the money they've lost from the pandemic season, right? So basically, for all the money they've lost for not getting ticket sales in the pandemic season, we're now having to pay in all the food and drink prices. And the problem is, these fans are that stupid; they will actually do it, right?
yeah, but to be honest, right, when you say it
But then they
right,
don't demand more for their club.
well, no, it doesn't demand any more of the football club, and that it's just an absolute joke. Because why would our fans want to go out and spend 16 quid on freaking a burger and chips, where you can just buy a burger and chips from Tesco's or something like that and put it in the oven for 20 minutes?
You mean you could just go to McDonald's and buy a
Or go to
takeaway there?
McDonald's, like there's a McDonald's next to the Arsenal, so there you go. It's like 5-10 minute walk. So at the end, it will go to the Arsenal cafe. At the end of the day, right? Who would want to spend that type of money? I just don't understand. But
Mm. I
people
mean,
do. People
yeah,
do.
people do though, and that's the thing.
it's up to them, mate. And this is the problem, and this is one of the reasons why. You know what I mean? So
I mean,
It
going
brings me
back.
on, it brings me on to a point here.
Go on.
yeah,
How did what was the demise of
yeah,
when people went was because the
yeah,
fans got disillusionised and they voted with their feet not to go to the game. Now
Yeah.
that's why eventually the Cronkies said, in a nice way, it's time to go. They didn't sack him; it was mutual agreement.
yeah,
They could never sack him because he was an icon at the club. There was a lot of
yeah,
people wanting him out,
yeah,
yeah, but
yeah,
yeah. Now Emery was always going to be the person who was going to have his coat throat because his throat cut. Sorry, because in my belief, they wanted Arteta from day one. Couldn't have him. He was the cheap option. Emery never stood a chance, although he achieved, apart from winning a cup, better. Now, let's put it right. All the time, you've got this idiot as our manager, and people are prepared to go to the armory, spend
yeah,
80 on a shirt, la
Yeah.
la la, spend 16 odd quid on a burger and chips, this and that on beer, and this and that and all that. All the time that's happening, the Cronkies are sitting quite happy because they
yeah,
don't give a shit about the
yeah,
club, what it achieves.
Yeah.
All they're
yeah,
looking
Absolutely, mate.
at is the balance sheet. And until the balance sheet, where
yeah,
people don't spend 90 quid on a ticket, right,
yeah,
and don't spend money on programs, they don't spend money on burgers,
yeah,
pizzas, beer, blah, blah, blah. If they had a half-filled stadium, then you will see a change. That's when you'll see the Cronkies think something's not right here. Our balance sheet, because let's not get it wrong. Arsenal are a very, very rich club. Forget
yeah.
about the pandemic, because all the time, people in the pandemic around the world were buying merch. And Arsenal love to drop merch. I don't know any other club. Every 3 months, they're dropping something new.
It's a new kit every 3 months, isn't it, mate?
Now, I have not bought anything, any shirts, anything from Arsenal for 2 years. I refuse to, and I won't. Now, I can tell you, I have probably got every shirt, even from when I was a little 8-year-old kid. I've still got those shirts from my day, my blue and yellow shirt from the Cup Final 71. I've still got it. And I've got an original bruised banana and all those crazy shirts we had. I've still got every one of them. I haven't bought a shirt for 2 years and I won't. Because I will not invest in a club that is fraudulent and is taking us to nowhere all the time. We have a poor manager, a poor management setup with Edu, Vino and Garlic Head, and a fan base that is led by idiots, and we can get into that, but we're not, by other channels. And we have little 14-year-old kids that will flip-flop, 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 because they're led and brainwashed by other TV channels. And we all know what I'm talking about here. We all know, yeah? Begins with an A, ends with a V. And all the time we have this delusion in this club, we will never, ever move forward.
Yeah. Obviously, I just look at see what some of the action is on Twitter, and it's the same every time. It's like after the first 3 games, and I can't say what I say for other channels, but when I saw after the first 3 games, I saw there's other YouTubers that are fairly big, but not massively, but they're fairly big, and they were coming out and saying that after being Arteta in for so long, they're Arteta out after losing against Man City, for example. Those were his first 3 defeats. So I was like, okay then. So and then three games later, I'm sitting there in hospital with a fever, still doing the Arsenal watch along for a Tottenham game because it's North London derby. Right, no matter how I was not going to miss it. Right, so we did that, and then I checked my Twitter later, and this same YouTuber, for example, who said I'm going to be Arteta out, and then said maybe I went Arteta in too early. So basically, no, what you've done is, because the whole wave was going Arteta out at the time, you've gone with the wave, right? So you did look like an imbecile on your channel, right? And then 3 games later, now everyone's going back Arteta in again. You've now gone back with the wave again because you didn't want to lose any views or subs or anything like that, because you didn't want to look like you were in the wrong. Right. Like, just come out with your actual opinion, right, and stick with it. If you want Arteta in, say so. State your reasons. And some people can try and give a compelling case of why. I don't know why, because like this guy, it says it in itself, and I'll come to the contract bit. Like the contract, how is he getting a contract when we've only achieved 8th twice? We've not even got top 4 yet. Surely he should be getting top 4 to be asked to even consider getting a contract, right? So why are we giving him a contract knowing that we're not getting top 4? Oh, I know, it's because we're getting Europe anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Like, so we're making progress. That's what they'll say. If we finish 7th, they'll use Conference League as progress. If we finish in Europa League, they'll say that's progress. Anything above 8, they'll say it's progress. That's the problem. So, like, for me, top 4 should be a minimum if you want that contract. We should not be offering him it now, right? Because why would hell Man City want him? Why would Barca want him?
Exactly.
Why? What? I don't get it. Why would they want to part ways with Pep right now? I don't get it. The one game he did manage at Man City, he lost. Right. So, I mean, I just don't see a reason why he's getting a contract. And I've already said it. If he gets that contract, that's another 2 years of Arsenal gone. Fucked. Done. Because we ain't doing anything. Right, that's what he always asked. That's why. Has anyone, any rival fan, and has anyone not noticed that rival fans are going like, yeah, sign it, sign it. There's a reason why they're saying it. It's not because they like him. Like, it's because they know Arsenal stay irrelevant.
Exactly. That's the thing. Arsenal, no other Premier League, and it sums it up, doesn't it? When
Yeah.
you've got we're playing Notts Forest, yeah, and they're singing to us, "You're never going to win a European Cup."
Oh my
They
god.
won it twice back to back. Fair play to them.
Yeah.
Good luck to them. Well done.
Well,
They
that's,
were.
yeah,
they
but
were
that's fair
big.
play because Forest are a bigger club and they've won the Champions League, guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
So, you know, what is that saying to us? That we want to offer this complete and utter novice, and he's a novice at management, yeah, a 2-year extension when he's achieved nothing. All he's done is broken record after record for Arsenal Football
That
Club
shouldn't be broken.
and achieved.
First time in our
yeah, but the
season
thing
we've
is,
been at
right,
the
when
bottom
you
of the
say he's
table.
going to get a 2-year contract, right, which is definitely going to happen, right, what I'm worried about is that why is our football club, right, have the expectations, right, to obviously people saying, right, give him 4 years, he'll be like Jurgen Klopp. Well, no, Liverpool have got owners, right, that backs. They had all that money to go and
Luca,
sell Philip.
they didn't spend. They only spent like
No, obviously they want FSG out, but they went out to go and get rid of
no, but
Coutinho
Luca,
and got all, and they built a title team,
Luca,
winning
Luca.
team.
They
And one
sold
that's,
no. They had Coutinho already. What they did is they sold Coutinho,
mm,
right? They sold Coutinho so they could bring in Van Dijk and Allison. Right,
yeah,
that's what like. So to be honest, the money they've spent on that club,
yeah,
it's not been a great deal, right?
yeah,
It's not been a great deal a lot. But the thing is,
yeah,
Klopp's a great manager, and he can turn great average players into great players like Robertson,
yeah.
Trent Arnold, and everything like that. So, like, you've got to give him his flowers on that one. But and Arsenal and these Arsenal fans think it's going to be exactly the same. Well, no, Klopp's got experience, for example, in Germany, right? And he's done it before with Borussia Dortmund. So, and by this time last season, by this time in his second year, he was getting top 4. He was getting top 4.
Yeah, but this is the thing, right? Because obviously Liverpool don't really get on with FSG. But at the end of the day, right, they actually gave Jurgen Klopp some. Yeah, because they've got an elite manager.
Well, yeah,
That's the
he's
thing.
elite manager, so
If
they
we
didn't have to
had an
give us so
elite
much money.
manager, yeah, but if we had an elite manager, we will be competing for the top 4, top 3. But we
The
don't.
amount of money we spent, we should be competing more than that, to be honest.
Well, yeah,
We
because
nearly spent £250 million.
we spent
But
150.
he's
We
bought
spent
players.
wrong players. That's the
And
thing.
yeah,
He doesn't buy the right players.
No, and this comes down to the recruitment. It comes down to the manager. I'm telling you, it is. Because at the end of the day, if you don't buy the right players, it doesn't matter how much money you spend. You could spend 500 million and still buy the wrong players.
Look at what Man United have done with the amount of money they've spent.
That's
And we're
the
doing
thing.
exactly the same.
So,
And we're doing the same thing. What we're doing is is exactly the same thing, right? We are spending.
yeah,
We've nearly spent £250 million, and
yeah.
we're not even sure we're going to get up to not even 5th or 6th. So that's a improvement in what 2-3 positions.
Yeah.
What do you want, a medal?
True,
Do
isn't
you want
it?
a certificate with that? I got Arsenal another 2-3 places off the league. Woohoo! Like, so what?
Because
So
6th
you're going to
this
get
season, right?
embarrassed by Villarreal in the Europa
you
League
remember,
again?
Stephen, back in pre-season when we had those behind closed door matches, like the likes of Watford, Millwall, and we had those friendlies against Hibs and that. We needed players to get back into Europe, right? Any sort of kind of Europe. Taking 6th this season without a trophy is not a good season. Okay?
Well, no, of course it's not.
Because
None of it is.
you want to get Champions League football. You want to get into the top 4. That's where you want to see where Arsenal Football Club are going to be going
But
from the
then, by the
next.
same token, and know people say
Yeah,
money makes a difference, and the attractiveness makes a
yeah,
difference.
yeah.
But then again, we have bought Partey, Lacazette,
That's the thing.
Aubameyang,
Yeah,
Gabriel, even Tierney, These players will come on Europa League football, right? Probably with the promise of that they're going to get into the top 4, right?
Yeah.
Probably hence why Aubameyang's had a falling out with Arteta, because he's probably promised him he's going to get in top 4 and he hasn't achieved it, right?
But would
He
you bring
promised Willian
Aubameyang
that,
back
didn't he?
now? Would you bring Aubameyang back now? Because we're one
No.
injury away from flipping. If Lacazette gets injured, we've got to rely with Eddie Nketiah.
Well, to be honest, like I wouldn't bring him back now, because you've set that example now. What you've done with Aubameyang, you've got to stick with. He's got to stick with it. You can't go back and say, "Oh, I need you," because it shows a complete weak mentality from Arteta and the manager, and it shows a complete lack of respect. The players will have no respect for him. They'll just do what the fuck they want, knowing that if something goes wrong, I can just go, oh, and they'll go, oh, sorry, I need you back. Like, I need you back. I need you back. Something like that. Like, you know what I mean? It's just so he can't give him. He can't.
Even
He
though
can't
under
bring him back in.
21s,
He
even
can't.
though under 21s lost bloody tonight against Wigan Athletic, it's embarrassing. You know what I mean? It goes to show that we don't have any players, and this is why it comes down to the transfer market, right? And we've sat here, and I was quite, not gonna lie, I was quite before the January transfer window started, right? I was quite a little bit optimistic that we were going to get some players in, and I was thinking, you know what? We haven't won a game since Boxing Day. We're in the top 4.
Weren't going to get any players in.
But
this is Arsenal in a January transfer window. When has Arsenal ever spent in a January transfer window?
No, the only time we bought
4 years ago.
Yeah,
we bought Arteta transfer window.
He did. He bought Arteta, Mertesacker, Ben Ayoun, Santos, and all them lot, and Chugon Park. 5 players on deadline day. Didn't change anything.
I mean January transfer window.
January, he bought Theo Walcott over the years, Ali Bayor, Mkhitaryan, Aubameyang.
Yeah, but I'm talking. I'm like, when is like the last time Arsenal bought a player, not loaned in, not loaned these loan deals, bought a player in the January transfer window. The last one was Aubameyang.
Yeah, 4 years ago.
Yeah,
it's no good having one transfer window thinking, right, okay, these signings, right. We all expected, why did we sign Ramsdale in the first place? And we all got proved wrong on that.
Cedric.
Yeah.
Cedric's another one as well. Remember,
leave it. Just
he was a January signing.
Remember, Cedric was a January signing. Him and Mari signed a 4-year contract, right? During, you know, that time before the pandemic happened, when they closed the football off for a few years. Cedric, right, signed a 4-year contract, and I was thinking, right, okay, at the time, I liked Cedric as a backup because he was good at Southampton for that sort of level. But giving him a 4-year contract when he first came, that's a bit too much. You give him at least an 18-month deal, at least. Why do you give someone like that a 4-year contract, right? And you're stuck with someone like that, right? And if
it's not so much stuck with someone like that, because then if something doesn't go right, after a year or two, he's got value to sell.
It should have been
just because he's stuck there for 4 years doesn't mean we're keeping him for 4 years.
Yeah, it should have been a 2.5 season contract though.
But anyway, because we've got to wrap this up in a minute. So I'll quickly end with this: is top 4 with 2 points behind, with a game in hand on Man United, which are 4th. So I'm saying Chelsea might get dragged into it with the amount of games that are being played and everything. Jez, I'm sure I'm pretty much probably going to know the answer that you're going to give. Do you think Arsenal can make top 4?
No.
I thought that was a good answer. Marley, what do you think? I'm looking to you to be the positive one.
Are you asking me like if I think we're gonna make it, or if I think we can make it? No, but is it do we have a chance, or are we gonna make it?
Are we gonna make top 4?
No.
Oh, okay. Like, because everyone in the poll so far has said no. Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. Brilliant. Luca.
No chance.
you were writing it off, even though it was like 2 points gone. And
Mate, it's over. It's over. Like I said, I think it's over.
It's
That
not
game.
over. It's not technically over.
In my opinion,
Yes,
no, honestly,
that's
I
what
think
I
it is
think. Like,
over. I
we
think
have
it
a
is
chance,
over.
but I don't think we're favorites to get it.
No, it's not. Look, the thing is,
People can accept.
look,
People
you
can
can't
accept.
say,
People can accept, right? And
Luca,
actually,
Luca, you can't say it's not. You can't say it's over, right? When it's not. When it's 2 points behind with a game in hand, right? But you can say, I personally think we won't make top four.
Yeah.
It's an opinion. It's not. It's not a fact. It's not a
I'm
fact
going
that it's
along. I'm
over.
going along with my opinion. I genuinely think it's over because we have not got the consistency. January has failed us. No signings, no wins, not scoring 4 games. We knew January was going to be a tough month, especially when you had Tottenham and Man City in it, right? But at the end of the day, right, we've all had all these postponement matches and all these COVID outbreaks and like stuff during this month. And now we've had all these players and these injuries. We should have got our business done right at the beginning. It's simple. Go and get Jimmy Wijnaldum on loan, okay? Try and persuade the guy. If the guy doesn't want to come, you still try and persuade it. If he doesn't, that's fine. But you go and get someone like a Jimmy Wijnaldum, someone experienced until the end of the season. You go and get a top... Like, I can't even name a decent striker,
Andre
personally, who
Silva.
I want. I don't want Andre Silva. But...
I mean, what do you think, Jez, with Andre Silva? There's a shout.
Not really. I don't see what he's going to bring to the party. We've got such disparity in the club that there's no... I just don't see that we have a team that plays at this point in time for each other. And I certainly don't see a team that is going to gel and play with this manager. I'm sorry. I know there's, I see it in the chat on other channels that I go on, that there's people that love him, there's people that hate him. I don't hate him, I just don't rate him. And he is the problem. You could bring in, I tell you, dear God, you could bring in Messi into this bloody club and he wouldn't play right because of a poor management. We have a poor management structure. And until we do change that, we're going nowhere. Simple as. Forget it. I've seen it. I've been there over the years, seen it, done it. I've seen it with so many managers that it ain't going to happen. So you can forget all that. If Lionel Messi said tomorrow evening, I want to go and play for Arsenal, well, great. He's brilliant. He's still brilliant, but he wouldn't. With the current squad, he wouldn't be great. He wouldn't get the service. So what's the point?
Yeah, absolutely. We might be out of the top 6 if all's gone on a run. Maybe. Villa have dropped so many points as well. Yes, Jez. Villa would be destroyed by Arteta. Yeah, that's the point. That's the point. Were you actually using correct? But there you go. So we're gonna leave it there, guys. It's been a good show. Great points made everywhere.
Yeah.
So
Yes, good chat. Nice to meet you, Marley. And this is Lucas Life. I'll see you in Lee's chat.
Man. Yeah, man. You see me in Lee's chat, man. And yeah, man. I think Lee knows me from my old channel and all that stuff in the past and all that stuff. So, and that's it, man. But keep up the great work, Jez, man. And what you do on there with Lee's channel, man, is amazing, man. I watch your podcasts every week.
Yeah, it's all good fun, man. It's
man.
I'll go in there and talk a load of shit, but there you
go. I'll try and watch it back when I get a chance. Obviously, it's really busy when you've got to run your own channel as well. You get really busy doing all the admin work and then keeping up with everything. So, but when I get a chance, I do watch it. So Marley, where can I find you, my friend?
Right. It's always a delight to be here. One of my homes, so find me here very often. Support this channel, please. Donate to the donation page. Make sure to like and share the videos and subscribe. But you can also find me at Football United TV. It's my channel with Maddie. We have Arsenal content on Fridays with Gunners from all corners. Steven is always there with me, so you can count on his opinions there. And yeah, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and follow myself on Twitter at Marley Chillin.
Does Jez have a channel?
No, I'm only on Instagram, man. It's on collins.jez. And
Yeah.
that's it, man. Everybody keeps, I'll tell you what, I'm getting this every day now. I'm getting this. Jez, start your own YouTube channel, blah, 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 blah. I'll be honest with you. I'll be truthful. I can't be asked. You know what I mean?
Mate, the thing is, you never know, man, because obviously you work very hard with Lee and all that stuff. You know, people might know you might get some decent subscribers, man.
Yeah, but I know. I talk to Lee and Kenny every day.
Yeah.
I know the hard work Steve and you put in, and all that, and what Lee does. You know, he spends hours sometimes.
He does.
I'm just wondering, do I really need that grief? You know, I'm retired now, and do I need that crap to do it? So, and you know, it's really hard, I think, to find content to talk about that's going to be of interest every day.
That's always the hard part. When you got no games to play,
Yeah,
trying to keep the content going is always the hard part. Is trying to come up with different shows and different
Yeah, it is, man.
different
yeah.
things.
So you know, I admire you guys for what you
Cheers,
do.
man.
You know, because you do it, you all do it, and fair play to you guys. And I've got the gear to do it, but do I want to sit there twice a day streaming and everything?
It's not so much twice a day, Jez. I mean, if I do a watch along, if it's a match day,
yeah,
we do a watch along, and then we do a play rating show. So that's 3 hours, and then we've got
you've got to edit it, you've got to upload it. And
no,
all that.
we don't even edit it. We don't edit the play ratings. That's live. That's all live. And then afterwards, these fan cams. We don't edit the fan cams usually. We just put them out as they are, and they take another 2 hours. So you end up doing about 5 to 6 hours.
Yeah,
Just work afterwards, and then you've got to set up the next streams for next week. On top of that, so sometimes you're spending up to about 2-3 in the morning.
Yeah,
especially if you're doing fan cams after an evening game. If you're doing an evening game, then doing the play rating show the next day, but you're doing fan cams straight after, you end up to about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning doing them.
The thing is, there's a lot of competition out there now, doing watch-alongs and
hey boys,
and all that. It's you got Lee's channel and all this, all that. You've got so many people doing it all, so it's a very, very competitive market, and you've got to be good at that to actually get people in. So, well, I get a lot of love on Lee's channel. You know, I do. I get a lot of big ratings on the watch-alongs and not watch-alongs, fan cams and podcasts. But can I be bothered to do it myself? No.
You just do whatever it feels right to you, man. Because
I enjoy coming here. I go on. I've been on quite a few different channels now.
It's one of those. If you're gonna do it, you've got to commit a lot of hours to it. So if you just want to come on for look at the streams, then of course, then obviously you got that. That's better to do it that way because I mean, obviously after today, you're always welcome here. Anytime.
It's always nice to meet different people. Yourself, Marley, Luca. You know,
Yeah.
static.
Me as well, Jez.
And that's the thing.
Love
It's
that.
always what you also find is when you see like so many different Arsenal channels come on, it's always difficult to find a different like sort of unique part to it. And I always keep saying is that like you're not supporting a channel in so much. The channel really comes second to what you're supporting. What you're supporting is the charity, like, and
Yeah.
that's the unique part of it. Is that for me, it's not about me getting loads of subs and views and stuff like that. It's about me trying to raise as much money as possible for a charity,
Yeah, fair play,
which
man.
is saving lives. So that's the whole point of it. So, and that's the unique part of this little story, at least. So, but yeah,
Stephen,
go on.
sorry to interrupt. I was just going to ask Jez a quick question. Hey, Jez.
Mate,
Obviously static. If who would you want to bring in as the new manager for to get rid of Arteta right now?
say that, mate. I didn't quite catch all of it, but you said about getting rid of Arteta.
Who would you bring in? Who would you bring in as
Who
the
would
right
you bring in to replace Arteta?
Simeone,
Simeone, good choice. Good choice.
all day
What
long.
about realistic?
Not my first choice. Arsenal right now, static. Arsenal right now need a very strong character.
Graham
I
Potter?
agree.
Great. Oh, yeah, I'll take Graham Potter all day long.
Hey.
All day long. Graham
Cheers.
Potter, yeah, no doubts. You know, he's achieved great stuff with that squad. And let's be fair, let's get it right.
But do you feel the job's too big for him, though? That's the problem.
No, I don't. No, I
don't
don't.
think he is.
He's a Premiership manager. He's got a proven track record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
He beat Wenger.
Austrian-
Beat Wenger.
beat us at home. Let's get it right.
Yeah.
You know, no, I'd take Graham Potter, man. He's got. I was at Brighton Arsenal when we got the 0-0. I'll tell you, apart from Arteta out there directing the planes into Gatwick Airport, yeah, Graham Potter sat there in his chair, and I can tell you, I was right behind the bench, and you can see him looking at Arteta thinking, what the fuck are you doing? Like, look at him thinking, what are you doing? And there was a great occasion in that game when Partey was on the right wing, and he was like signalling for Partey to hold up. He kept like stopping him going past the halfway line. And Partey's like looking at him like, what? Totally confused.
Oh God!
And the fact of the matter is that Graham Potter sets up his team in a direction.
Yeah.
Now I know because I live 25 miles from Brighton, so I do often get down to Brighton games with a couple of Brighton mates.
Oh yeah, where do you live exactly?
Playing, you know, whoever they're playing.
Where do you live exactly, Jez?
Hey,
Where do you live exactly then?
take it, mate.
Where do you live exactly? Because my auntie Helen and Uncle Graham live about literally 10 minutes from Brighton. They live at Findon Valley.
I live in Horsham now.
Oh no, yeah, that's exactly where that is.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously, I was born and bred in Avenel Road, but opposite Highbury. But so I'll get down to Brighton games. And I'll tell you what, that Graham Potter, man, he's a top quality manager. And
said that from time.
I would take him at Arsenal, but I'll tell you what Arsenal need right now is a proper character. And they need somebody who's going to kick fucking asses in that changing room. And we need somebody like Simeone who would kick the fuck out of the likes of the idiots like Xhaka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bellerin.
Well, he's gone.
Well,
He's gone, isn't he? But he would not take any shit from people like Aubameyang turning up late for training. Well, Aubameyang's done. He's gone. Let's forget him. He's finished. He's gone in the summer. So we need a big name.
Yeah.
But Arsenal, being Arsenal,
Will
don't
not pay the money.
exactly.
It's not. I don't think it's playing the money. I think it's they don't want the ambition.
I think it's a bit of both. To be fair.
Yeah, I think it's both. Yeah, you could probably say which one. It's a bit of both. But yeah. Anyway, we gotta end it there. With Aaron Potter's film.
A great comment there
Yeah.
from Gracie May.
Gracie, mate,
She
big up.
she
And make
knows
sure
it. You know, a young lady like her, you know, grew up with Arsenal from her granddad, you know, and she knows her stuff.
I got over my dad.
And she knows exactly what's going down.
Yeah,
You know,
and
I'm
if
a great
people don't know,
discussion with
she's
her,
got her own channel. Make sure you go and subscribe.
You know, I've got ultimate respect for people like Gracie because, you know, she knows her stuff. Like you, Stephen, you do your stuff, and fair play to you. And as she said, Graham Potter, take him in a heartbeat.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'd love to keep the comments coming, but we've got to end it there. Luca, where can I find you, man?
Yeah, follow me on YouTube. This is Lucas Live. Type the name with apostrophe right there in case people find it difficult for my name. And we just reached 1,400 subscribers on Saturday last week. Target is to get to 1,500 around my birthday. And but no, please follow me on Twitter as well in case you guys want to contact me on Twitter if anyone wants to come on my channel who haven't followed me on YouTube. Martinelli AFC1. And thanks for having me on, man. It's been an amazing show. Thank you. Pleasure.
All right, no worries. And Jez, obviously, where can they find you, my friend?
Sorry, mate?
Where can they find you, my friend?
I'm only on Instagram, man. Collins.jez. I don't do a lot on there. I'm just trying to find your channel, Luca. What's it called?
Stephen, get it up, please.
Yeah, this is Luca's life.
With apostrophe.
Yeah.
Stephen, share the screen. Share the screen and then get it up.
I've got it. That's all. I'll send in the link in the chat.
Yes. Send me the link, man.
Yes, do it for me, please.
Yeah, I'll send you the link in the private chat, mate.
Yeah, send me the link. I'll subscribe to you, bro.
Cheers, man. Legend. And then that's it,
Wicked.
man.
Yeah, wicked.
Yeah.
There you go. So, yeah, big up, everyone. It's been a great stream. Great comments, great guests, great everything. So, yeah. Yeah, we're all going to say Arteta out. Don't you worry about that, man. Don't you worry about that.
One thing I will say before we go, how do you say Arteta out in Spanish?
Arteta Furra, innit?
Arteta Furra.
Arteta Furra.
Arteta Furra. Yeah.
It's all like
Hey, let's go, man. Done.
It is, man.
Yeah, make sure you go and like,
Arteta
share,
Furra.
subscribe to SFeatleyTV. Become a member from as little as $1.99 a month. You're supporting a great cause, Children's Liver Disease Foundation. And also, like, you've also got this, if you see down below, subscribe to their YouTube channel as well, because they put out content as well. So make sure you do that and support the channel as best way you can.
Yeah.
So yeah, until then, we will see you guys tomorrow at 4 for the
out,
Pages
you
stream.
Arteta Furra. Arteta Furra.
What was that, Jez?
Arteta out, you prick.
Hey. Well, you heard him.